What does the title odds say now after that? Liverpool draw, Manchester City draw, and another Arsenal win. Let's take a look at how we have it now.
This changes every week.
Well, of course it does. It's exciting. That's what you want. You want it changing every week.
Absolutely.
Arsenal 5-2, Liverpool 11-4, Aston Villa 14-1, Manchester City still remain favourites. Jules, are you feeling better or worse off with your Arsenal hat on than you did this time last year, where you had a bigger lead over Manchester City, but you could argue that City weren't playing as they are now? Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah, I think Arsenal fans have to like this more than last season. One, because they would have learned a lot from, Arsenal would have learned a lot from last season. Two, because a bit like Liverpool, this Arsenal team is top of the league, but still clearly has room for improvement, which is the same for City, by the way. It's not just Liverpool and Arsenal. City, I think, in a similar position. But even if you're not playing at your best, you're Arsenal, even if you still have things to sort out in your team, like a Kai Havertz, positioning/form, Martinelli maybe, who's not as good as he was last season at this stage of the season, for example. Defensively, you're solid. Saliba is the best defender in the league right now. You're, even with the Ryan, Ramsdale debate, discussion, all of that, you're still top of the table. And you were very impressive against a Brighton side that was decimated by injuries and obviously clearly very tired after the Europa League, but still, it was a very good win. So of course you take this and you feel like you are in a better position now than you were maybe at this stage last season. Even if you were flying last season, there was a feeling that you also picked really early last season, which in the end turned out to be true, because when City kept winning and winning and winning, you stopped winning. So I think any Arsenal fans would take this now, but knowing that the others are going to improve and going to get better, City and Liverpool. I think Villa are already at their best. I'm not sure they can play much better than that anyway. But for you, you need to improve. Certainly you do if you want to win this title, but you also know that Liverpool and City, and maybe even a Spurs, will keep going and will get better and better and better. So you will have to raise your game every time, starting by Saturday, of course, when you go to Liverpool. But I think Arsenal fans will be quite happy with where they are right now, considering how the season has gone.
Mario, who in your opinion is more likely to win the league? Arsenal or Liverpool?
Oof, that's such a tough one. Oh, man, after the weekend, I think you can give a better answer. But yeah, this game is so beautiful to watch this weekend. But I still think, I always question the character of Arsenal. And it's been there for years. Last season, I was like, oh, they have to win it, because of the leading in the points difference. But, Liverpool, man, they bounced back so well. So I might have to drop to the Liverpool side.
Where are you going, Ali?
Well, I would say that I would, in regards to the question you asked, Jules, I would be more uncomfortable this season because Liverpool is in the picture this season where they weren't last year. It was Manchester City and it was you if you're Arsenal. Now there's another player in town. There's another team that could very well win it. And so when you have another competitor in the race, you may focus on Manchester City because they're the perceived favorites. And when Liverpool is over here saying, how about us? We can win this thing. As it pertains to Liverpool and Arsenal, going into last weekend, I would have said Liverpool clearly. Going into this weekend, I'm still saying Liverpool, but not as clear.
Right.
I like Liverpool and the makeup of Liverpool. And I think the context of and the history of recent success for Liverpool much more so than I do Arsenal.
This game's going to be awesome.
Yes,
Arsenal
it should be.
Of course, next in the Premier League for them. Just a word on Manchester City, Mario. Why can't they defend anymore?
It's not because they can't defend anymore. I think that they dropped the tempo. I think when you watch City is that good when they have the ball, they control the game. But then sometimes they get too comfortable in the sense of finish the game off. When you don't finish games off, things like this happen. I know, okay, the situation with Foden, what happened, he didn't see the guy coming, so he kicked out. But it doesn't matter. Finish the game off, and then it's done. And I think they let it drail on for too long, and they put too much pressure then on the back. And when the back gets too much pressure, when you don't produce at the front, that's when the problem comes.